Hi there, this is Åsa with a new process video. Today we're going to the zoo, and these 4 photos were taken last summer when we went to Kolmården Zoo in outside Norrköping, Sweden. And this was not our first visit. I practically went there every summer when I was a kid, and we have been there I think 3 times now with the kids, and they seem to enjoy it. I don't think they enjoy it as much as I did when I was a kid, but kids these days, I think they get a lot of information from other kinds of sources, and just the pure joy of going somewhere and seeing something exotic, it isn't as big as it was during the 70s when you didn't have the computers. They are pretty hard to impress, I think. At least mine are. I will be placing 3 of the photos on a row, and that little cute elephant baby there, I will cut him out with my silhouette scissors and just place him as an embellishment in a main cluster on the page. This paper that I'll be using as a background for this page, it is a really old one from Heidi Swap. And I've had it in my stash for quite some time, and I think that I've saved it for like my trip all around the world, which will never happen. So I finally decided to use it as it is, and just go with the exotic theme of the zoo for this large map of the world. And now I'm just cutting this sweetheart out with my sharp scissors, and it was really easy since I had the whole elephant, and the background was so bright. It was no problem to cut him out, and it was actually quite enjoyable. We seldom cut in our photos these days, not like we used to do back in the days, but I think that when you have the possibility to get rid of a lot of boring background, it's an interesting thing to have on a page, something that you have cut out from a photo. So I have no problem doing things like this. I think that's really fun, and it adds something refreshing and unusual to your page. And I think that this photo was a perfect choice for this technique. These 2 cut-apart sheets are from Kaisercraft, and I think the collection is called Into the Wild or something like that, and they are zoo themed and really like earthy in their color, and I like it a lot, but they are totally not my color scheme from the beginning, so I had to kind of adjust to the feeling of a much darker or more earthy kind of a layout. It was a while since I did something like that before. The back side of this first cut-apart sheet, it is like a tanned page, a bit distressed, with lots of words like animal and wildlife words in different fonts, and I wanted to use both sides of the paper because this was a perfect like grounding piece for clusters and for the elephant there. So I'll be using bits and pieces of the cut apart, and I will be using the back side of the paper, the B side. And I didn't want to cover up the whole world map there, so I'm being a bit minimalistic when I cut the pieces, so that you can still see the whole map. This is an Asian elephant, and I have learned that you can see that on the size of the ears, and the title for this page will be Asian Elephant. When we got to the elephant enclosure, it was time for a show, so we got to see a zookeeper there, and she worked with the elephants, and she let the big elephant make like lifts and navigate between things so that you can see how very careful and how careful she was, even though the elephant was so big, and that was really interesting and fascinating to watch, and I hope the kids enjoyed it as much as I did. And then we stayed for a while by the enclosure to see when they were fed, and also we just enjoyed watching the baby elephant like jumping around and just being a kid. It was very, very fun, and he was very, very cute. And that tiny trunk there, I think it's adorable. I cut out the title for this page in, it's almost like a silvery kind of a shimmery paper or cardstock, and it's in grey, and I found almost the same shade of grey as the elephant back, and I thought that was really appropriate to pick up on the grey in this titling, and that was I really liked that effect. The map paper there had some lines, and I placed the title on one of those lines, and that also helped me to make it like straight. I think it's really easy when you place down a title with like curly or letters that they aren't welded together. It's easy that you like drift either up or down when you place them down, but I think that it helped me a lot to have this line to work on. Now I just bring in some more of that grey paper to make it like repeating on the page, and that gave a really nice effect, I think. I'm placing them in my different clusters. I had a small tag from the zoo that I wanted to use, but it was so bright white that it didn't fit on this page. I will need to save it for another day. I have lots of photos from this day at the zoo, and you will in my next couple of videos see what we did there, and also the animals that we watched. I have a bear coming up in the next video, and that's a really, really nice one. I thought that the title got lost a bit on the page, so I outlined it with my Muji pen. Someone asked me what this pen was, and it's a .36 pen from Muji, the Japanese stationery and home like shop, and I love it. I think it's perfect. I use it for my journaling, and I also use it in my planner, and there are several widths of this type of pen, so you can find your favorite. And we don't have a Muji shop here in my town. I don't think it's even in Sweden, but we have a small display in one of the general stores where I shop, where you can buy their products, and that's been really, really fun for me. Here are some close-ups of the finished page with some added stars wood veneers. I hope that you have enjoyed this process video with this cute little fellow, and I hope to see you soon here in my channel again. Take care, happy Easter, this is Åsa, bye!